Hello, and welcome to Mysterious Deaths Musician Edition. Brian Jones. Brian Jones was the guitarist for one of the founding members of Rolling Stones. The band was at the height of their fame when Jones was found floating in his swimming pool following a party at his home. He was just 27 when he died in July 1969. Officially, his death was ruled as misadventure. However, there were many theories that suggested this wasn't the case and that he was actually the victim of a crime. In 2009, the case was reopened and the police in Sussex took another look at the incident to resolve claims that his death was not the result of misadventure. Richie Edwards. It is unclear whether Richie Edwards mysteriously died or has simply disappeared. The rhythm guitarist for the Manic Street Preachers was last seen in 1995. He had withdrawn £2,800 from his bank account and then parked his car close to the Severn Bridge. His body was never found and his family refused to believe that he was dead for many years. Finally, in November 2008, they officially registered him as presumed dead. However, there are people who claim to have seen this celebrity, and sightings have been made in locations including Lanzarote and Goa. Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison was born in Melbourne, Florida on December 8, 1943. He was a singer, songwriter and poet. He performed both as a solo artist and as the lead singer of The Doors. Sadly, this talented performing artist died on July 3, 1971. He was found dead in his Paris apartment, which he was renting, in the bathtub. The official reason given for this was heart failure. It was Pamela Courson who found him. Morrison had been in an on and off long-term relationship with her since leaving university, although he had many other relationships throughout the course of his adult life. Many disputed the cause of death. In the months leading up to his death, he had written letters describing himself walking the streets of Paris alone. He had also lost weight and shaved off his beard in the months leading up to his death. Furthermore, there was no official autopsy, as this is not a requirement under French law. Jeff Buckley. Jeff Buckley was a singer, songwriter and guitarist who was born in California on November 17th, 1966. He was originally a session guitarist before forming a band and recording his only album, Grace, which was released in 1994. On a day out with friends, he jumped into the Wolf Harbour wearing all his clothes. This was something that he had done on many occasions. One of the roadies was with him and he began to put the equipment away. When he looked back towards the harbour, there was no sign of Buckley. It was 2 days before his body was found. No drugs or alcohol were at play, so how he came to drown is a mystery. Elvis Presley. The death of Elvis Presley is one of the most famous in the world and also the one that has caused the most speculation. In August 1977, at the age of 42, he was found dead in his bathroom at his Graceland home. The official stance is that an irregular heartbeat caused him to suffer a heart attack. However, there are many fan theories that suggest that this was not true. Theories range from his well-known abuse of prescription drugs being the cause of death to claims that he isn't dead at all. There are many who still believe that the king is alive and kicking and simply faked his own death so he could go into hiding out of the public eye. Stephen Gately. The sudden death of Stephen Gately sent shockwaves around the world. The Boyzone singer was just 33 at the time of his death. He was found on October the 10th, 2009, at his home in Port d'Entraux in Mallorca, and is still believed that he died in the early hours of that morning. At first, his death was a complete mystery. He was found sitting in his pyjamas at a funny angle on the settee. The night previously, he had spent the evening at a Black Cat club in Palma with his partner, Andrew Cowles. Theories on his death ranged from substance or alcohol abuse to a violent attack. However, police found no evidence to support any of these claims. The autopsy concluded that he had died of pulmonary edema and that this was possibly as a result of an undiagnosed heart condition. Tupac Shakur. Rapper Tupac Shakur was killed in 1996 when a Cadillac pulled up alongside him when he had stopped at a red traffic light. It was believed that approximately 12 shots were fired and that 4 of these hit the rapper. It was 4 days later that he died in hospital and nobody was arrested for his murder. Just 6 months later, fellow rapper the notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls, was also murdered in a similar circumstance. He also stopped at a red light and was shot 4 times. There are too many similarities in these murders for it just to be coincidence. However, there still hasn't been any arrests for either murder. Till next time.